Hey guys, Geek here, and yeah, I am sort of back in a way. I have been away for a little bit. A lot of you have sort of been messaging me and leaving comments like, what's going on, where's the videos, and things like that. And I sort of left most of you without an explanation. Anyone that sort of messaged me directly or left a comment, I tried to explain what was going on, because I know you guys are obviously maybe a little bit concerned as to what's been happening. But to be honest, the past few weeks of my life have been just a bit hectic. Lots going on, good and bad, but we'll get more into that in a moment. But yeah, so basically I have been unable genuinely to make videos for a little while. So the only things that had been going up were videos that I had already pre-recorded. I had the Ask the Geek one that had been recorded for a while in advance. I just sort of had to sort of upload that and get that out. Killzone, I had recorded a few of those in advance, put them up, the Grinchmas, things like that. Those are things that were already pre-recorded and I could just put up as I was unable to record new videos. So, the Killzone one, the last one I put up now, that is literally the end of that recording session. I have to do a new recording session. I'll talk about more when that's likely to be in a little bit. But basically, the whole sort of bit madness in my family started really a couple of weeks ago when my mum was out walking, about to take the dogs for a walk. I was at uni, obviously. She was back at home, and she sort of the dogs sort of between them managed to get her to lose her balance, and she fell over and managed to fracture a hip. So she was in hospital for a while, and then on the next weekend, as my dad's struggling with his this thing called COPD he's got, which is sort of like a lung disease. So he's genuinely in himself not able to do an awful lot. So I sort of came home like as soon as I could near the weekend and helped out as much as I could. But then obviously I had to get back to uni for a final week before breaking up for Christmas. And it will start about Wednesday of that then next week. I was sitting in a lecture and all of a sudden I just had this insane amount of pain in the left side of my chest. I was really uncomfortable. I was like, what the hell is this? And I waited for a bit just to sort of see, if it was just a pain that was sort of going to ease off in a bit. You sometimes get pains, that you can't explain, but they just sort of go on their own accord. But that didn't happen, so I ended up going to the doctors because it's what's near, sort of on the way back from uni. I was in so much pain walking back from uni. The doctors are really near to where I live, so I just went to the doctors. She seemed concerned, so I had to go in for an X-ray. You know how these things go. It's a long process, which ended up with me in A&E because they were really worried about me, and they found that my left lung had randomly collapsed on me for no reason. Apparently due to my height and build, as I'm really tall. The last time I measured myself, I was about 6'3". I think I'm a little bit taller than that. So apparently due to that, it can cause strain on my lungs, and therefore a little tear can happen, and that's what happened. A little hole appeared, or just happened, while I was sitting in that lecture somehow. And yeah, that caused this sort of immense amount of pain, and caused, obviously, my lung was collapsed because of that. And yeah, it's been horrendous. I mean, it's so weird because I've never experienced anything like that, where you sort of are only getting about half the amount of oxygen you're normally getting, so you feel sort of lightheaded, and everything is so much more of an effort. I can't lift things that are anything like remotely heavy, and it's just been awful, really, to be honest with you. And I've really just not been up to doing videos. I've just genuinely just not had the energy. Right now, like, I'm sort of getting out of breath fairly easily, and it's really the first time I've even considered making a video, so just to update you guys on what's going on. So yeah, hopefully in the next week I'll be back up to normal, but it's just really gonna be one of those things where we have to see how things go. I had an X-ray a few days ago, which has basically been a week onwards, and they were sort of saying, well, it is getting better, which is the good thing, but it's sort of not where they want it to be a week ahead. They'd expect it to be far better. So basically, I'm sort of slowly getting there. I was apparently not giving it enough rest, but when you're at uni, it's really, really difficult to do that because you sort of got to do everything for yourself. Although I did have friends helping me out. If anyone that's listening back from uni, listening back at uni, I just want to thank you guys so much. You've helped me no end, whether it's from getting like food shopping or just help me load my car or just anything, just being there with me, anything, keep me company, anything like that. Anything you've done has just been massively helpful. So without those guys, I'd genuinely be lost. So yeah, you know, back here, I'm back at home now from uni. And between the three of us in the house, there's not one of us that's completely well, which is, you know, which is fun. But there we are. I was due to go away, and that's not happened now. Between my mum wasn't allowed to fly because of her accident, and I'm not allowed to fly now because of this either. So between the both of us, the holiday was definitely not happening. But there we are, you know, home for Christmas. The important things we're all together, and it should be good regardless. Hopefully you guys are having a good Christmas as well. Now, I just want to quickly move on to how everything's going to resume. It's going to be one of these things I'm going to have to see how I go. You know, doing this video is sort of been a thing I've been trying to get around to doing for days, but I've just not been up to it. So I'm definitely not up to making full-time videos at the moment, unfortunately. And we're just going to have to see how things go from there, really. My aim at the minute is to sort of leave it until the new year, and in the new year, the plan is to have a proper upload schedule that you guys will understand and know. We have Sims coming up on a certain day, maybe on a couple of days a week, because I know that you guys, a lot of you want to see Sims, so Sims maybe 2 times a week. We'll make a proper schedule that you guys know exactly what you're getting on each day. You know exactly when to tune into my channel. I think it'd be the best way for me to work and for you guys as well. So that's my plan for the future. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, from the new year, I think expect content to fully go back up to normal in the new year. If I can get anything out in the meantime, I will do so. But I just sort of want to rest and get back to normal before I try and do too much. And I've got a lot of uni work to get through as well. So that's going to be fun. But, you know, that's sort of priority at the moment, so, you know, I can't do an awful lot, so uni work's going to have to be more of a priority for me than anything else. So, but the new year, though, hopefully, well, the plan is new year, but everything will go back to normal, and, yeah, that should be good. So thank you, you guys that, you know, have been patient and waited and all that stuff. I know it's sort of, I've left you a bit sort of in the dark, you don't know what was going on. I'm sure you probably just thought I was just being lazy, but I can assure you that is definitely not the case. And yeah, hopefully you guys all have a good Christmas, because I'm unlikely to upload another video now before Christmas itself, you know, officially Christmas Day or anything like that. Hopefully you guys get everything you want and enjoy your time with your family or friends or wherever you are. If you're going away, then enjoy. And yeah, whatever you're doing, have fun. And yeah, videos will be continuing as normal in the new year, so put that in your diary and hopefully you look forward to it as much as I look forward to creating those videos. Sims, hopefully taking it in a new direction in the new year, see how that goes, bringing back lots of new series in the new year. That's the big plan, that's a big to-do for me, is bring back some popular series, maybe even the podcast, possibly, so, you know, stay tuned for that sort of thing. And new series as well. I'm going to be leaving slots in my timetable, in my upload schedule to do some new stuff as well. That's definitely a plan for the new year. So yeah, as I said, hopefully you guys have a good Christmas, and I will see you most likely in the new year. So yeah, stay tuned guys, and yeah, as always, drink tea and game on.